Hello, my name is Delaney Slaba, and today I will be giving you a reflection on my persuasive speech. I will be answering 9 questions. The first question is, what was the purpose of this speech? I think the purpose of this speech was to persuade our audience to have the same views as ours. The second question is, how did you feel going into this speech presentation? I was a little bit nervous, but I was also confident because I had spent a lot of time practicing my speech and going over it in individual pieces and then putting it all together. So I wasn't as nervous as I would be if I hadn't prepared. The third question is, did your speaker anxiety increase or decrease as you began your speech? My speaker anxiety increased because as I got halfway through my speech, I just kept on telling myself not to mess up, and it just kind of made me really nervous. But the note cards did help, so I don't feel like I was as nervous as I am sometimes, but it still increased throughout the speech. The fourth question is, was your technology adequately prepared? What could have been done differently or better? Mine was adequately prepared. The camera worked fine. My computer was charged and ready, so everything worked out. The fifth question is, in terms of structure and organization, what element felt natural to you? What felt odd? The introduction really felt natural to me. It just flowed really nicely, and also the conclusion worked out really well. I was able to add in kind of my own personal views on everything, and it just really tied it together well. The thing that felt odd was saying the internal reviews. I kept on feeling like I was repeating myself a little bit too much, but it is really helpful for the audience to follow along, so I understand why you need it, but it just felt a little bit strange. The sixth question is, how did you consider your audience when developing your speech? How did your audience respond to your speech? When I was considering my audience, I felt like I had a neutral audience, which didn't put as much pressure on me because I wasn't going to get for someone that was like against it. But I also made sure not to be too pushy on my topic and sway them away from believing in my topic. And how did they respond? They responded quite well. They said that they understood everything and that they did agree with what I was saying. The seventh question is, what did you do in your speech that worked, what didn't work, and what areas can you target for improvement? What worked in my speech was my sources. I had really good sources. They were really reliable, and it gave my speech credibility. What didn't work? My third point was probably kind of weak, and so there would be something that I could improve on that if I went back and did it again. So that's what I'll try and improve for next time, is just making sure that each of my points have enough information to fully persuade the audience. The seventh question is, connect your learned experience to the class readings and concepts. Include at least one specific chapter with a page number from the session to which you were referring. I chose chapter 13 on page 127, and it was adapting to a neutral audience because this is the audience that I felt like I was giving my speech to. And it says, one of the quotes is, in this environment you will again not want to be offensive, but you will need to make a strong case as you are asking them to choose among options. I felt like this was really important to my speech because I needed to make sure that I wasn't pushy and so that my audience did agree with what I was saying and didn't feel like I was being rude. Thank you.